Hello, Sagittarius. Looks like you've got some kind of sneaky energy that's coming around, so but you're gonna end up winning over this. Let's get into it. This is uh, a general reading. It's not a one-on-one session, so not everything may resonate with you. So focus on only what applies to you. Use your best judgment. No one can tell you what to do. So you are in control. This is for entertainment and educational purposes. I'm going to show you how I've been taught how to do tarot readings. I don't know what this format's called. My readings are generally for about 4 to 6 weeks. So this is for June, but the readings are timeless. So whenever you find this, if it's 3 years from now, you're meant to get something in the reading. This, like I said, this is for Sagittarius. And I'm sorry for, inconsistent uploads. My internet is just like apparently there's no fixing it. So I'm trying to come up with a workaround, but basically I'm not able to upload. It's taking like 3 or 4 days to upload a 30-minute video. So anyway, all right, let's get into Sagittarius. When we shuffle the cards, we split the deck into 3 piles. Take the cards that are on the bottom. I call that the first 3. These cards are always read upright in this section. I don't know why. That's just what I was told. I don't know why. This card, if you don't have time to do the whole reading, these 3 cards should be able to give you a really quick reading. You can be on your way. So these should be reflected somewhere in here, and I will point them out. The first card that was on the bottom was number 16, the Tower. This card represents Aries, or an event, something happening during Aries birth season. So you may be dealing with an Aries. The Tower is generally not such a great card, but it is meant to be a necessary transformation. So it will make crap happen. It's divinely guided. So if you're not making a decision, the universe will come in, or God, or whatever you believe in, will come in and knock you off your butt, and it'll be a necessary change. And it may not necessarily be you directly. It may be someone that you know, someone in your family, something like that, or some kind of pivotal moment. And towers aren't always that traumatic. This one, I feel, reference is the middle section, which I'll get into that, but this section here is referencing what you're feeling now, how you're feeling, your influences, what's going on right now. So this card actually is referencing that area. And I feel that it also is warning of, like I said, the sneaky energy. In one of the theoretical roads to the future, you have a couple of cards that have some sneaky energies with them, and actually uses imposter and fraud. So that to me is something like financial. So we'll get into that. All right, so the Tower references and represents change, conflict, catastrophe. I use that lightly because there are different levels of catastrophe. So disruption of existing ways of thinking, end to selfishness. So that could be on your part or someone else's part. Like if it's, like say for instance, your work or whatever. A Tower moment may be your boss leaves and someone else is put in charge. It may not be that bad, but it's very disruptive to you. Something like that. But just for reference, your work area over here looks pretty good, so I don't feel that it is that sneaky energy is in your work area. I feel like it is more personal, and I'll get into that. So, anyways, sorry, my allergies are just like off the freaking chain right now. It also represents bankruptcy, but this may be emotional too. It may not just be monetary. It may be monetary only, or maybe emotional only, or could be both. But it cannot. There is emotional bankruptcy where you just, you're so dead you don't care anymore, or you feel like you don't care anymore. And then the good thing about the tower is it always leads to enlightenment, and that is shown in the reading. So there's always a silver lining. The next card is the Ace of Pentacles. This card, the aces always represent a beginning. So this is a new start, beginning of wealth and pleasure, prosperity, and basically this is the beginning of everything card. So everything great, things that you're working toward, it's going to be starting real soon. Next card is the Three of Cups. This card represents celebration, reconciliation, success, abundance, good luck, happy events, hospitality. Usually when you get this card, look for an invite. You might get more than one invitation. Generally that's, go ahead and go, but it's up to you. Check them out first, because one of the cards in the future says check out propositions. So I'm not going to say just willy-nilly go to everything you get invited to. Look into everything. And I believe you get these cards for a reason. It is a warning. It's up to you whether to heed them or not. All right. This card also may represent third party situations. Either you being in one, or you putting someone else in a third party situation. Not always, but it could be. Like I said earlier, the middle section is how you're feeling, how you're thinking right now, things that are affecting you, influencing you, whether it be opinions or lack of money, whatever the situation might be. The first card, dead center, is the 0. There's no number on it, but it's number 0, and it is upside down. I read upside down and right side up. It is the Fool. The Fool represents Aries, or something happening during the Aries season, birth season. So you may be dealing with an Aries. Upside down, it represents folly, indiscretion, thoughtless action, faulty choice. So that could be you, or that could be somebody that you're a partner with, whether it's business or personal. Whatever happens to them will affect you, that kind of thing. So that is a warning to just, hey, like if you're going to go drinking with people that you work with, say, for instance, that might be a warning to, like, hey, maybe not do that, or don't drink so much because you might say too much, or you might insult somebody, or whatever. The next card, doesn't matter which side you read. The next card is the number 1 from the major arcana, and the Fool. The Fool is from the major arcana also. So is the Tower. The Tower is from the major arcana. And the reason I mention that is because those cards carry more weight, more bang for your buck, so to speak, and they have more influence. The number 1, this one is upside down. It is the Magician. This card also references a Gemini, or something during the Gemini's birth season. Upside down, this represents indecision, weak will, ineptness, so the inability to understand something or do something, and possible destructive use of power. So that would generally, if you're a nice person, it means somebody else. So someone else is being, you know, destructive or overbearing, stepping on your toes and stuff. But if you're that type of person, it may be a card warning you not to be that way. The other card is the Ace of Cups. This is upside down also. That card represents false love, clouded joy, instability, hesitancy. So that would go along with the indecision. So it looks like you're up in the air about making some kind of decision right now. I am thinking it seems a little more personal because, like I said earlier, your work area seems to be doing good. There's a lot of uneven energy with this. This is all kind of like a, Debbie Downer kind of. I don't know if these are opinions like people's if very negative people can rub off on you. So maybe, like, oh, you're not going to be able to do it. And they keep, if they're in your ear, they can affect your attitude, and your attitude affects your altitude. So it's all a snowball effect. So it could be something like that as well. There's always, make up your own mind. No one can tell you what to do. So I believe strongly in that. Over here, we've got the area that represents your past. The way this is read, the cards closest to the center are the ones that are closest in time. So this would be the recent past, furthest past, and way back in the past. And then your work area, this would be near future, and then on into the distant future. Same with that. The first card in your past, you have the Seven of Wands, and this card is right side up. This card represents victory through courage, success against competition. The querent, which is you, had the advantage. And the card is a reminder that you are protected. So you're divinely protected. So if you ever feel like you're alone, you're not. You're just meditate. You gotta get in the zone and everything, but you're not alone. You're never alone. It also represents being blocked or being guarded, so defending yourself, whether it's against somebody bad or you're not a trusting kind of person. Further back in the past, you've got Page of Cups. Now, the face cards or the court cards, the book I referenced that gives them physical attributes. I'll give them to you if I remember, but anybody can change their hair and their eye color. So I always go with the characteristic of the card. And gender is neutral in tarot. We all have feminine and masculine qualities. So apply it as you see fit. So in the middle of the past, like I said, we've got the Page of Cups, light brown hair, hazel eyes, someone young, generally 25 and younger. This is a melancholy kind of person, yet they're passionate, imaginative. They were willing to provide a service to the querent, which is you, or they were just relating to you. They don't necessarily have to provide a service. They, might just be there supporting, Card also references arts, meditation, news of a birth. So somebody may have given birth in the recent past, and new business. So maybe somebody had come up to you with some kind of new business offers or your job. Maybe there's a promotion in the offing. Further back in the past, we've got the King of Wands. He is right side up also. He's represented by blonde, blue eyes, hazel eyes, a more mature person. Book actually says they are handsome. So it's a handsome person. Passionate person, agile, generally a gentleman, loyal, noble. If you can't think of anyone that is, then it's those qualities. This would be also the entrepreneur card. So it's someone that doesn't give up. So they may be, can be a little hasty, but they generally do not give up. Generally, they are married, honest. It also references honesty, inheritance, and a good marriage. So this person could be involved in a good marriage, or it could be someone you're married to. Like I said, gender is fluid, so it could be a masculine woman. Just someone that's in charge of, uh, their accounts and stuff. It's an entrepreneur, they grab the bull by the horns. So your past looks pretty decent. So you didn't seem to be having any kind of trauma or anything like that. This area over here is the work area. If you're a homemaker, this represents homemaking. Also can represent family area. So to me, it is always group activities. It always involves other people. So if you're going bowling, if you go skating, if you do Boy Scouts or soccer, that is what, hobbies, that is what this to me references always. Excuse me. So first card is the Seven of Swords, and this one is upside down. And that's important because when it's upside down, it turns into the wish card. So your wishes are about to be fulfilled, especially in the work area. So if you're up for a promotion or you're wanting more income or something, it looks like you're going to be getting your wish. All these three cards are all really good. Your work area looks really, really good. This card represents unexpected good luck, sound advice, instruction. So you're getting great training. If not, you're getting it on your own. Sometimes you don't get trained right, but you will be getting the proper training. Your wishes are about to be fulfilled. So, and further in the future, in the group area, we have the Two of Wands. This card's right side up. This card represents crossroads. So making a decision. That goes along with this up here. Maybe you're trying to make a decision about your work. Maybe you're offered two positions, or you have two offers from two different companies, like an offer from two different companies. You're not sure, or you think about leaving your current place. This card also represents boldness, courage, and especially when embarking on a new enterprise. So, able to take that leap, envision where you're going. Influence over another. So, you may have the gift of gab. Generally, when it says influence over another, I take that as you have influence over someone else. Also represents kindness. Someone who's kind, generous, yet proud and unforgiving. Represents scientific methods. So you may employ scientific methods. You may be a scientist, or you may be into political science or economics, or they're all different kinds of science. So this is of special value. Generally, that means there'll be some kind of breakthrough or some kind of milestone that gets hit. This also represents contracts, balance, and making plans. But it's all positive. If, it involves a relationship, it also represents, being in the talking stage. Like, hey, I like you. You like me. You want to go out? Next to it, we've got the Queen of Wands. That's supposed to be blonde, blue eyes, hazel eyes. This could be either you or your boss, or you might be on your way to becoming a boss. This lady has a great power to attract, loving, practical. This card represents success in undertakings, love of home and garden, kindness, and generosity. So it could be you, could be someone you know, could be someone you have yet to meet, someone you're going to be working with, or someone in your group activities you'll soon meet. It could be a love interest. But generally, like I said, this is the work or group activity area. That area looks really nice. And like I said, it could be you or your boss. Doesn't have to be a female, just has to have those characteristics, the great power to attract, and very practical, very loving. Um, may mean you encompass those qualities. So, you did have the magician up here upside down, so the magician has kind of lost his mojo there, but you're getting it back over here. You're turning crap around and manifesting what you actually want. And I always say, think it. If you think it, it can happen. And speak it out. I believe in the spoken word. I've seen a lot of interesting things happen, and I am a very positive thinker. So, I say sky's the limit. Think it, and it's so shall it be. Think it, think it. What does it hurt? Think big. So we're done with the group activity area. Back to what was I gonna say about okay, I think I got it all. Okay, well, if I didn't, I'll jump back, but I think I'm done with this area. Like I said before, these two are theoretical roads to the future. Doesn't matter which one you read first. Doesn't matter if you take one card or two cards or all the cards. They're all meant as a warning, as guidance. Nothing's set in stone. You're in charge of your own future. So listen to your intuition. And these cards are telling you to listen to your intuition. We all have it. The first card, I'm just going to go with this side. The first card is Two of Swords. This is upside down. This card represents release, movement, but sometimes in the wrong direction. So this card actually says avoid imposters. There's disloyalty around. Represents sympathy for those in trouble. It may represent an apology from someone. And there's kind of an urge to make the decision now. Do what's right. Make the decision when you're right, when you feel it's right. But it's telling you to, here you're undecided, so it looks like you're going to be undecided for a while, like a couple of weeks or something. So they're telling you pull your head out of your ass and make a decision. You'll make a practical one because, like I said, with the cards in the end, you'll end up winning in the end. So it actually says avoid imposters, disloyalty, sympathy for those in trouble. So keep that in mind. There's no person near this card, so it's just kind of a general warning. Also may represent ghosting. So whether you're ghosting someone or someone's ghosting you, can't get a hold of them. The next card is from the Major Arcana, number 18. It is upside down. It's the Moon card. The moon actually represents Cancer or something happening during the Cancer season. So you may be dealing with a Cancer. So the moon upside down is imagination is harnessed by practicality. So you'll be getting a grip. So storms weathered. Peace gained at a cost. Do not take any risks. So you're gonna be getting a hold of it. And when it says take no risks, I take that especially to like gambling, anything like that. If you only had one beer and you think you're cool to drive home, I don't. Everyone has a different tolerance level. I'm not judging. We've all done it. So, but you don't take that risk. Because you may get a ticket or arrested or whatever. Just I always heed that card when that comes up. Next to it, we've got the Knight of Cups, and he's upside down. He is represented by light brown hair, hazel eyes. Like I said before, male or female, younger person. Um, Also references messages as well. This particular person is a sensual kind of person. They're idle, so basically lazy. And it literally says untruthful, fraud. Look into propositions carefully. And it is also referenced by an in and out energy, so someone who might be in and out of your life. Generally, it's not you, but it could be you being in and out of someone else's life. But the way it's placed, you need to keep your eye out for this person. And when it says fraud, I always take that as some kind of scam, whether it's electronic, over the phone, bank, whatever. That could be realty, that could be something involved in your one of your hobbies or activities. It could be neighborhood, something in your neighborhood, or possibly somebody offering some kind of service. So it could be a salesperson or someone who's coming to do your, pest control or something. Keep an eye out on them. I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but just, like, don't turn your back on them, and, have your dog in the room, and, just, I don't think you can ever be too careful. So, like I said, I'm not trying to freak anybody out. The other theoretical road to the future, you have the Ace of Swords. This is right side up. This represents conquest, triumph. So you will be succeeding. Great activity, the ability to greatly love or greatly hate, may mean message of birth of a heroic child. A heroic child, but it would be different than the one that was mentioned in the past. So it would be another heroic child. This also represents feelings being revealed. So whether it's you revealing your feelings or someone revealing their feelings to you, clarity, epiphany. So all this confusion that you are going through currently, you're gonna be pulling out of it. You will be seeing clearly. Something will become apparent to you. Something will just click, because epiphanies are like that. Something's just gonna snap. And you'll be like, and then you look at yourself like, why have I been putting up with this crap? This card also represents acing interviews, exams, and rebirth. So, that is an awesome card to have. And the aces always reference beginnings, like I said earlier. Next card, further in the future, we have Four of Cups. This card represents a stationary period, a little weariness, dissatisfaction with material success. So basically, you may not be happy with where you're at in your job, or where you're living at, your neighborhood, or just something you're not happy with. It also represents reevaluating one's values. So you're going to be looking at what's important to you, what's not. Generally, you might have a yard sale because it's like a cleansing. You're just going to be weeding out things that you don't. This card also represents ghosting. So you've had mention of ghosting twice, here and here. So there might be someone that's just not very good with communicating. Or maybe you do that, you're just, I don't want to talk to them, that's the same thing. So it's not necessarily anything bad. It's just you can't talk to them right now or whatever. This card also represents kindness from others. Another another reminder that you are protected. So for some reason, you need to hear that you are protected. So you may be feeling alone right now. You're never alone. You're not alone. This card also represents possible missed opportunities and something being missing, something missing. So you're dissatisfied with material success. So something is missing from your life and a need to reject something because of whatever it is that is missing. Or it may also mean rejecting that imposter. So they're all interconnected. Furthest in the future, you got the number 2. This card, even though it says June, it represents the High Priestess. That represents a Pisces or something happening during Pisces birth season. It's also from the Major Arcana. This is right side up, obviously, and this card represents someone who knows their worth, male or female. You know your worth. I always feel when you get this card, it means you. So you'll be coming to that frame of mind where you know your shit. You know what you bring to the table, and no one's gonna cheat you out of, full pay or whatever. Fairness, balance. This also represents keeping something hidden. So you might be keeping something to yourself, like your next moves or whatever. If you have job offers, you might be keeping that to yourself, obviously. Also represents unrevealed future, hidden influences. So there are things going on that you do not know about, and there's a reason for it. They will be revealed eventually. It's also of reference to artists, poets, and mystics. And art was mentioned somewhere else, wasn't it? I don't remember where. But like I said, when that's mentioned, it you may have some kind of breakthrough or some kind of recognition for your work. Um, this also represents the perfect woman, whether that means finding the perfect woman or being the perfect woman. It's like a completion. You're very stable, very grounded. So this uneasy energy will give way to being strong. And if you follow your gut instinct, your intuition, if it doesn't feel right, if something seems not quite right, doesn't sound right, don't go with it. You're not going to go with it. And the cards are saying that, whatever decision you make, you're going to end up, you'll see who's the fraud, the imposter, or who's being untruthful with you. So you're going to listen to your gut. You're going to keep your moves hidden. You're going to see the fraud will be uncovered. It doesn't necessarily show when, but it'll be soon. Like I said, these readings are for like 4 to 6 weeks, give or take. You will win in the end. The fraud, maybe someone you're dating, or maybe a family member, or maybe a family member is someone who's dating a family member, or could be your kids or someone your kids are dating. There is someone that's gonna be trying to get away with something, but you're gonna be nipping that in the bud. You'll be seeing it. You had 4 ones in this whole reading, and ones represent beginnings, manifestation. So like I said, think big. Why not think big? If you're going to daydream big. You had 3 twos, and twos represent choices and opposites. So doesn't mean that there's going to be opposition. It just means opposites. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Like I said, follow your instinct. No one can tell you what to do. So I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.